Hi friends, welcome to my channel and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing homemade gnocchi for the first time ever. I love food, as you know, because I talked about it in probably every single one of my cooking videos. I think that food is culture. Food connects you to people's past, to people's families. Food brings us together and I love eating. So the first thing that I did to get ready for this video is I cooked 2 russet potatoes at 400 degrees for an hour and then I let them cool completely. So they're still a little bit warm in the center, and I'm pretty sure that the only difference that makes is that it's going to be a little bit warmer for me to mash up with my hands, like when I'm making the dough. So I did that. So I have over there a cut up red pepper and a cut up Roma tomatoes, which I'm going to roast for 25 minutes. So I'm going to put those in the oven right now and then we will get started. So we only actually use 1.5 cups of the potato. So the first thing I'm going to do is take off the skin and just sort of gut the potato into the bowl. It smells good. It smells like baked potatoes. I don't know how to tell if I did it correctly or like if I cooked it correctly to make the best gnocchi. It seems like the places that I stabbed it with a fork are like sticking to the potato. I don't actually love the taste of gnocchi. I feel like every time that I've had it, it just didn't taste right, or like maybe it just like wasn't overly seasoned or seasoned enough. But I am really excited to do this with this sauce recipe, this roasted red pepper, tomato, cream cheese sauce that we're gonna make. Which actually came off of a HelloFresh recipe for their ricotta, spinach and ricotta filled, what's the word I'm looking for? Ravioli. So I'm hoping that it'll taste good with this because there's actually ricotta in this gnocchi. Something I forgot to mention, but of course I'll do, is I will link down below the website which I got this recipe off of, and as always I'll link anything that I change, or I'll give you like a little recipe based on how I did it and the link to the original recipe. Alright, I have 1/2 of a potato mashed. Let's do the other half. I'm going to measure out how much of this is. Maybe I should get an actual potato masher instead of trying to do it with a fork. Because this is supposed to make it all mashed up. It feels kind of dry. I'm not used to mashed potatoes or baked potatoes feeling dry because I always put butter in them. Okay, that's 1/2 cup. So I'm transferring that to a larger bowl, which is where I already have measured out 1.5 cups of flour. This is gonna be the whole video, just me separating potato skin. Give that to my husband. So now we have 1.5 cups of flour and 1.5 cups of mashed baked medium russet potatoes in here. The next thing we're going to do is put the rest of the ingredients together. So I have 1 egg, which I've been leaving out, and it's, I would say it's like chilled. It's not necessarily like cold or room temperature. half a cup of ricotta. I love ricotta on pizza, like from Pie 5. The last thing is, well, the second to last thing I guess, is 1/4 cup freshly grated parmesan. I love parmesan. This is like way later than all of my other, than I film all my other cooking videos. Like normally I film these videos so that we can eat when we normally eat. But right now, it's about almost like 2 hours after we normally eat. So I'm like really hungry. Let's see if I can mash all this up in 4 minutes, because that's how long we have until I have to get those things out of the oven. So once I have all of the flour, the ricotta, the parm, the egg, the mashed potato, salt and pepper in here, I'm going to work it out and make it into a dough. I was about to grab that with my bare hand. All right, we'll let that cool. Okay, I finished making that dough just in time to get those out. So I have my cutting board here, which I'm going to flour. And I have my dough here, which you want to cover your dough while you're manipulating it so that it doesn't dry out. So I have my dough covered here, and I'm going to divide it into 6 pieces and lay that piece out on the cutting board and roll it into like a big long tube. We're gonna cut it. We're gonna do the whole rolling down a fork thing to make it look like gnocchi. And then we're gonna bada bing bada boom, make some gnocchi. I'm gonna take out any pieces if I see like any chunks of potato that aren't mixed in well. I feel like do something with their finger. I don't know. That's my gnocchi. This is gonna take forever. But the gnocchi is coming out kind of cute. You know what show I used to love? Life with Derek. Did you ever watch that? It's like living life with Derek. It was about this girl, Casey, and like her mom marries this dude who has a son her age named Derek. Living life with Lizzie, Edwin, Jordan, Nora, Marty, and Casey. The whole rolling down the fork thing isn't really working. I want to know how people do this to where they don't end up with like chunks of potato in it. Like how do they, maybe if I didn't do it by hand, maybe if I mixed it like with a mixer, it would have blended the potato. Maybe that's what I need to do next time, blend the potato. Like look, I have chunks of just potato chilling. It's a lot longer process than I thought it would be. Okay, I am on my last chunk. A couple like questions I have. How you completely mash your potato to not have chunks when you don't add anything like water or butter. How people roll it down the fork and make it look so cute when mine look weird. Something I want to mention is that it does say that you can freeze them. So the first thing that you do is dry at room temperature for an hour on a heavily floured parchment paper, which is how I have them right now so that they can hang out while I finish rolling out the rest of them and not, you know, stick together or get gross. but you can leave them there for up to 4 hours and then just kind of transfer it to a freezer safe bag and pop it in the freezer and you're good to go. This is the amount of gnocchi that the recipe yielded for me, which is a lot more than I thought it would. I'm going to bring a pot of salted water to a boil. It says a large pot, but here we go. I'm gonna bring that to a boil and I'm gonna get out all the ingredients I need to make my sauce. So the gnocchi is pretty much done. All I have to do is cook it. I just turned on the wrong burner. So anyways, that's the gnocchi recipe. I feel like it was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Like the idea of making potato pasta seems a lot more difficult than that was. And it honestly wasn't that messy. I laid it out on a cutting board instead of on my countertop. So all the mess is pretty much like you just wash the cutting board and then you're done. It was a lot less messy than I thought it would be. And I think that's my biggest like takeaway from making gnocchi. I really need to figure out a way to like more sort of like whip the potato instead of just mashing it, because there are bits of potato which I think will be noticeable when we eat the gnocchi. I'll let you know. But other than that, like, it was a really simple process. Now the sauce that I'm making is a HelloFresh recipe sauce. I will leave the recipe for the sauce in the description box, along with the link to the person who originally created the gnocchi recipe that I'm using tonight. A lot of people, and actually somebody mentioned to me earlier today, and I'm not saying that I say it perfect, but somebody said that they didn't know how to say gnocchi. And I think that the thing that I was told is you kind of like swallow the word. So if there's a G in like an Italian language, it's like a ñ sound, like a gnocchi. Like you kind of like keep it up in your throat. You don't let it out. It's not like gnocchi or gnocchi. It's gnocchi. So you like pull it back. I don't know. That might be wrong. I don't know. Hope that's helpful. That's how I say it. Wow! I hope I got that. That was really not good. LOL. Using the small pot was a bad idea. When they say use a large pot, use a large pot. I am melting the butter to make the sauce now. I'm going to keep an eye on that because it's probably going to overflow again. And I'm gonna have a lot of fun cleaning that up later. So because of the little mishap with the overflowing, I poured the boiling water and the gnocchi into a larger pan. And I let that come to a boil before I started the time, so it's now been in boiling water for 4 minutes. I'm going to put that back down. And I have my sauce is almost done. I'm just going to add the roasted red pepper and the roasted tomato to it, stir it around a little bit, and then put the gnocchi in and then plate it, and then I'll show you what it looks like, final product. Okay, I'm going to taste it. Mmm, that's really good. Mmm. Ooh. And it was super easy to make. Okay, 10 out of 10.
I'm sure it's amazing.
I'm a fan. We just fed 4 people and we have leftovers. Like, this was really good. What do you think?
Yummy.
It is yummy.
Mm.
That's really good. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. And it would make my heart super, super happy if you'd subscribe to my channel so that we can be friends. Let me know down below what you would like me to cook. You really should try making this gnocchi. It is so yummy. If you do make it and you post about it on Instagram, feel free to tag me. I'll put my Instagram right here. Also, it being fall now, I have a fall COVID friendly bucket list. I will put the Pinterest link in the description box so that you can screenshot that, and if you do any of those things, tag me in that as well. I'd love to see. That's it. That's the end of my video. Bye. My mom is so nice and cleaned my stove. And another amazing person is my husband who cleans up after everything. Thanks, babe. Did you like the gnocchi?
Yeah, it was really good.
I was just gonna add this little thing at the end that you couldn't tell that they're potato chunks. So like my fear about the potato chunks and the finding a different way to mash the potato, like didn't need to be there because you really couldn't tell that they were chunks of potato.